sometimes when you disappear for a little bit, you come back changed. And this time, we are coming back with Wee Guy, who has indeed been changed. And I do want to give a special shout out to the wide-eyed fawn here that ran right through his legs while I was trying to do the intro. But yeah, this is a video that is probably coming out of nowhere for you guys, and it's going to be serving mostly as a update video, but also as a comeback video, because I am currently in the works with coming back, basically. So I'm going to be restarting up the Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play series, where we're focusing on the story, and we are essentially changing Wee Guy around a little bit. We've changed him into a human, but I've tried to keep... Of course, it's dark out now, and it's hard to actually see, but I tried to keep his features mostly the same. I kept his hair color the same and tried to give him a similar haircut. But I have also changed him to a warrior. Because if I want to be able to focus on the story and not have to worry about needing teammates on all the time to help me through the dungeon, so I don't have to wait for 18 minutes to get into a queue, I'm going to need to play a tank. And because I already have the Paladin series on the channel, I figured I might as well play a warrior since it's going to mix it up a little bit. And I'm starting to really like this class, to be honest. So yeah, that's what we're doing there. So what we're doing for today's video is we're just jumping through the leveling roulette, and we're just talking a bit. I'm checking to see if it looks like we're dropping a little bit of frames over here, doesn't it? Well, that's something that we're gonna have to look into, because that's something I want to have fixed, but I'm not really sure what's happening. I haven't actually recorded in a while, but for some reason right now it looks like OBS is tanking a little bit. So that's fun. So it's a good thing I'm doing this to sort of figure it out. This video is not that important. You know, it's really more about the news that I'm bringing. And of course we get Sastasha here to start things off. So a couple differences that you're probably already noticing. I do have the webcam up and running. I've noticed that a lot of people block their chat when they record videos, and I've always sort of wondered why. I wasn't really sure if it was something that their free company wanted them to do. And then I recently was watching one of Thamriel's streams, and I noticed that he blocked the chat. So I was thinking that perhaps I should block it as well, because maybe since I'm in his free company, there might be something... that might just be something that they don't want us doing, is showing the chat. So I figured I would throw up the webcam because I couldn't really think of what else to put there. I was going to put my logo, but I thought that was a little tacky, so I figured I'd just do the webcam for now. I might mix it up in the future, but that's what we're doing for now. So yeah, so I mentioned that this video is more of an update video, and it's going to be focusing more on letting you guys know that I'm coming back. I'm going to be working on a schedule again. Still with a bigger focus on Twitch rather than YouTube. At least that's my plan off the start here, because I just like Twitch better. It sucks because I like Twitch better. I like them as a company better. I think they're much more creator friendly than YouTube is. I know YouTube's trying to, fix things, but it's not really fixed yet. So I respect Twitch as a company more than YouTube. So that's why I want to sort of do most of my stuff on there. These guys are just doing whatever they want, but it's Sastasha, so who really cares? So the plan is to try to stream on a daily basis, I think. It's going to be every day of the week, 3 hours. I'm going to be streaming. The majority of the week is probably going to be Final Fantasy XIV, but not by much. It's not 5 days Final Fantasy XIV or anything. I'm thinking 3 days Final Fantasy XIV, 2 days StarCraft. So there's a bit of an announcement for StarCraft. I am going to be the main caster for my StarCraft 2 team, Lost in Translation. So we're going to be... The new season is starting up this week as we speak. There's already been some games played. So at the end of the week, I'm going to be collecting. I'm not even using Berserk or anything here. Not really playing that well, but yeah. At the end of the week, I'm going to be collecting all the replays, and on Monday, I believe, is when I'm going to be doing that cast. I'm going to be live streaming it on Twitch, and I'll bring the VOD over to YouTube. So I'm going to be doing casting once a week, and then I'm also going to play the game. I think I might I might play some StarCraft at least once a week. I'm going to be playing, maybe twice a week. I've been kind of thinking about that because twice a week is going to give me a better chance at actually getting better at that game, or getting back to where I was, if that's even possible. So I'm thinking, like, definitely one day a week is going to be playing StarCraft 2, maybe 2. And then probably about 2 or 3 days of the week doing Final Fantasy XIV. And then I'm going to mix it up a little bit on the other days, you know? I still want to play Dark Souls 3. I want to play a game of Civ 6 because the new expansion came out and I got it with the Humble Bundle. And one of those days I think I want to dedicate to playing something that I got off the Humble Bundle. You know, just to sort of showcase it a little bit and experiment with new games. And I'm sort of leaving another slot open just for anything that kind of comes up. You know, it could be another Final Fantasy day, it could be another StarCraft day, maybe I play another Humble game, maybe that day I feel like playing League of Legends or whatever, you know? It'll be sort of like a wild card. I'll play whatever. And again, the focus is going to be on Twitch, but I'm going to be bringing the Twitch VODs over to YouTube anyway, so if you guys are watching me only on YouTube, then you'll still get to see the stuff that happens. It just won't be live. And I will be interacting with chat, so you'll be seeing and hearing that as well. But like I said, I think Twitch deserves my time a little bit more than YouTube, so I have no problems really doing that, even if the audience isn't quite as large on Twitch. One thing I'm like struggling with pretty heavily right now is that in order to get this webcam to point directly at my face, I had to tilt the monitor down. Otherwise the webcam would be pointing at the sky. And I kind of like my monitor better that way, to be honest. I'm finding my neck is craning a little bit. But yeah, so I thought that this would be a good way to sort of reintroduce the YouTube videos of the Twitch series and all that stuff. What I need to do in the meantime is level this guy up, because he's only like level 32 right now, and I think my story quest is like 47 or something. Hold on. I don't even have it selected. Okay, well, I think it's like level 47. Also, I do continue to notice that the frames are not perfect over here on OBS, so I'm going to have to look into that as well. I'll be spending some time trying to figure that out so I can bring better quality videos. Oh, and I totally forgot too. One of the other major games that I'll be playing again is iRacing, because the NIS is official right now. It's actually started as of Tuesday this week, so I'm going to be racing in the NIS again this year. I'm going to take it a little less seriously, which may be a good idea, maybe a bad idea. I don't really know, but I'm just not gonna take it as seriously. I'm gonna do one race every week. Just the fixed race, not the open race, and I'm just gonna do my best. You know, I'm not gonna practice too hard. I'm not really hoping to win or anything. I'm really just doing it mostly for fun. It was green, I think, right? So that's something else that will be happening. So that is actually the reason that I just remember that is because I was going to tell you when I'm starting. So the Twitch streams are going to be starting up on Saturday. Today is Wednesday, February 14th. Valentine's Day. So I'm going to be starting the Twitch streams up on Saturday because that's when the NIS is. And then every day from then on, approximately 3-hour stream on Twitch. I'm not sure the time frame yet. I will figure out a schedule for the next week, and I'm going to sort of lay out the schedule every week because sometimes my work schedule changes and I can't stick to the same schedule every single time. But I'll release a weekly schedule, and you guys will know when I'll be live over on Twitch. So yeah, in the meantime, until that happens, I'm going to be leveling this dude up. I'm going to be, you know, gathering replays for StarCraft 2. I'm going to be looking at StarCraft 2 builds that I'm going to be practicing while streaming. I'm going to be playing NIS. Or racing in the NIS, I guess. And some Civ 6. And anything else that comes up. Some random Humble Bundle games. Any games that you guys bring up that might interest me. Any games that I've had for a very long time and just never played. Or tried to play a few times and failed. You know. That's the type of thing I want to do. Now, I did say that I was going to bring back the Let's Play series, right? We Guy is going to be coming back, and we're going to be going through the story and getting caught up a little bit on what's been going on there, because from what I remember, I know that we just recently defeated Garuda, and I also know the story is starting to pick up now. Like, it's exactly where I've stopped, where the story is actually starting to get really good. So I don't really know why I stopped at the time, but we're going to be bringing that back. That's going to be, you know, one of the days of the week. We're going to stream it, and I'm going to bring the bot over. Another thing I plan on doing is bringing back the Dungeon series again. I'm going to bring back the Paladin, bring back the White Mage, and bring back the Monk. And just continue where we left off. I'm going to try to pretend like I never took a break. I'm just going to start doing them again, and the only difference is that it's going to be on Twitch instead of on YouTube. But I'll chop them up and bring them to YouTube the same way that I usually do. And I'm excited for that. I've been playing this game quite a bit again recently. I've actually completed almost all the content. Well, not necessarily. I don't know. There's probably still a lot that I haven't done, to be honest. But I completed the main story quest. I completed the Deltascape and Sigmascape normal modes. And then I kind of realized that that's all I really wanted to do. The reason why I came back to the game in full force is because I saw the trailer for patch 4.2, and I saw Kefka and heard the music and everything, and was just like, I need to get there. I also saw Rabanastre, and I figured that's something I really wanted to explore as well. I have beat Rabanastre as well a few times. So now I'm sort of at that point where it's like, well, there's not... Like, I could practice for Savage, which might happen. In fact, there's a decent chance that will happen, but I don't think I'm in the right spot exactly to do that. Like, the free company that I'm in right now does have some pretty dedicated raiders. We gotta go up here and pick up that key, which I think they did. So there's always a chance that I can team up with them occasionally and you know, do some Savage. But it's not really one of my main goals. I've kind of already achieved my main goals, in all honesty. Now it's just about leveling up the other classes and going from there. And I am also considering bringing back the leveling series as well. This one is probably on the bottom of my list in terms of Final Fantasy XIV content that I want to do again. But it is on the list. Because I did start that leveling series with the Warrior. And it does kind of bring, you know, it brings a little bit of a different look at the game than what I've provided in the past. Like, in the past, when I do Final Fantasy content, it's always been just dungeon videos or the Let's Play series. And this is similar to the Let's Play series, except I'm not just focusing on the main story. I'm focusing on more aspects of the game and skipping the main story entirely. So it's a bit of a different twist, and that one is more about, like, how should you level your character if you're not really, you know, if you're not really focusing 100% on the story and you're more about just trying to get to endgame. And it's not even like I'm an expert at that, it's just that I kind of want to go through that experience again with the experience I've gained, and, you know, just do it with you guys. So I think I'm going to bring that back as well, and that's essentially going to be the 3 Final Fantasy 14 days right there. One for the Let's Play, one for the dungeon videos, and one for the leveling series, and I think that's pretty good. And occasionally I might mix in some extras while, you know, attempting to do Savage, or if new content comes out, that type of thing. But yeah, I'm excited. I've managed to open up some time for me again in order to get started on that, and really try to, I don't know, like, it's really weird because I've come back to Twitch and I've come back to YouTube several times with different mindsets every time. Sometimes it's like, I'm going to treat this as like the hardest job I've ever had. I'm gonna treat it as casually as possible. So I'm trying to, I figure like 3 hours a day really isn't too much. And if something's going on, if I have to lower it to like 2 hours, or even if it's 1 hour on some days just because of, you know, whatever's going on, then maybe I'll do it. Obviously there might be times where I need to take days off as well, but I'm gonna try to keep it consistent. Alright, that Black Mage is gonna take care of those dogs. Dead any minute. There we go. So we're almost done this dungeon, and I basically said pretty much everything I was going to say. Just a recap again, NIS on Saturdays. I believe it's still happening at noon Eastern time. I'm actually a little bit concerned. I don't know for sure, because the schedule is not necessarily easy to read, but I'm pretty sure Saturday at noon is when it's going to start. You can check my Twitter for updates on that. Definitely going to be starting with a Civ 6 game as well sometime next week with the new expansion. I've heard there's a lot of cool changes that they've brought. Like, apparently if one Civ is starting to sort of get out of control, then there's these like emergency situations that come up that the other Civs can sort of team up to keep the out of control one in check. I don't know much about it. I'm actually not even going to really look it up too much. I'm just going to play and learn for myself, but it seems kind of cool. I've heard that they basically just refined it like they always do. You know, the Civ games always come out, and when they come out, everyone says, you know, it's pretty good, but last year's game or the last version of the game was better. But then a few years go by, and then all these expansions come out, and everything changes. Now that game is the best. So some people still think Civ 5 is the best because it's had the benefit of like 3 or 4 expansions. Civ 6 now has 1 expansion, and I would go as far as to say Civ 6 was probably the best, you know, version 1.0 of any Civ game that came out in version 1.0. Did somebody? Oh, okay, no. So I'm excited to see what changes they've made and where that game goes as well, so we're definitely going to be playing that. I don't know if I'm going to have the webcam on all the time either, guys. Like, it's just sort of like, occasionally I might, other times I won't. I'm just using it now as a creative way to block the chat In iRacing, I might bring it back. I don't know. Sometimes I'll use the green screen behind me. The green screen is a little weird, though. Like, when you look at it in real life, it's pretty huge. But in this camera, it doesn't look that big. You know, it's obviously there's a wide angle here that's not being covered by this green screen. So in order to use it effectively, I have to do really weird things, like crop the OBS image and then put the green screen as close behind me as I'm comfortable with. Somebody's targeted the boss here, so I think they just want to kill the boss first. I keep looking at OBS occasionally and seeing that it just looks kind of choppy. That bothers me, it really does. But as long as the audio is fine, I'm going to put out the video anyway because it's really just about the message. And I promise I'll try to figure out exactly what's going on with it. Yeah, it just keeps fluctuating between like 60 and 40%. Or 60 frames and 40 frames. I don't know why. I don't think I used Berserk at all during this boss fight. Did we get 2 levels for that? Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. Again, if the video quality was terrible, I really apologize. I had no idea that was going to happen, and I just really wasn't ready for it. But again, this is more about the update. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think about what I said in this video in the comments down below. I really appreciate hearing from you all again. I'm sorry that I've sort of, you know, bounced around and haven't really been consistent, but I'm going to try to be consistent again. So twitch.tv/gdoggcasey. I'll leave that link in the description below as well. You can follow me on Twitter at gdoggcasey if you want updates on streams and stuff like that. So yeah, thanks again for watching. It's good to talk to you guys again, and we will see you next time.